Everyone. Welcome to the Advancement Center and welcome to the world of and beyond magic and miracles, to the new world that has no label or no definition. I'm here once again to say hello and to share and to have a chat. And it feels like I haven't been here doing a broadcast for a year. That's how much is coming forward in the matter of a week. And even as I sit here now, everything is fleeting quicker than you can grab hold of it. Nothing is staying the same. And for most of us, within 30 minutes of the broadcast ending, we don't remember what we said because enough comes in within those 30 minutes to take you to a completely new place that eliminates all the information that was delivered before. So we're remembering less. Many of us who are working, even who have a built-in sense of date and time because we have to be somewhere on a certain day at a certain time, are forgetting what day and what time it is. So even to be here sitting in this chair is a miracle, because it would be easy to be operating in another aspect of myself, or to be completely lost in the details that no longer matter. But still, we're able to show up when we're supposed to show up, or when we need it to show up. But for many, it's a chore to even say what day it is and what time it is. I wake up every morning kind of in between waking up and still sleeping, not having a clue what day it is, even though I have to know what day it is. And you find yourself having a few oh shit moments, like I'm supposed to be at work, and then I realize it's not that day, it's another day. So for those who are not on a schedule of requirement in terms of work, it's even easier to disappear and not have a clue what day it is or what time it is. Because in the end, it doesn't matter, because we're greater than those details. So I'm going to read a few things today, and I'm going to start off with this, something I wrote a week ago just on my phone. The contradictions of life are always upon us. Is it better to be alone, or is it better to be with a partner? Is it better to take a trip, or is it better to stay at home? Is it better to be in the physical and in a body, or is it better to be outside the body, introverted or extroverted, contemplative or throwing care to the wind? This life is so temporal. Change is the only constant. And because things are happening so fast as we are being propelled into the new world, it is almost impossible to hold on to anything. All is coming in to move us forward, and all the mental foundations that are built on constancy are being blown away. And like a particle of matter, you can change states in the blink of an eye. It's the ultimate freedom and our true nature. But it is not how we have been trained to operate. Hold on to nothing and take nothing with you into the new world. Let it all go with hands open and see all the infinite possibilities come pouring in. Change is coming. Conceived in love, 9 months of grace. Change was coming. We enter a new place. Lungs breathe new oxygen. With a cry, we transcend. Change, growth, change, growth. It is coming soon. It is coming again. The watcher. My mother said I was the watcher, always watching everybody and everything, observing life, always thinking. One day when I was about 3 years old, my aunt took my cousin, brother, and me to the park to play. When we finished, she said, "Did you all have fun?" My brother and cousin smiled and said, "Yes, we did." But I replied, "Where did we have fun?" Thus began my love for words and the meaning beneath the words. Spiritual awakening and the wonder of life beyond the physical are what I feel is the cord that has run through me my whole life. I have found great joy in learning about other dimensions and all that is spirit. I have longed to know the fullness of love that wraps itself around us, to look into the eyes of and feel the breath of love. My desire is to spread this joy by sharing it with others. Since I was a little boy, I have felt a connection to that which is outside the physical, but did not understand, nor could I have expressed it. This is the lens through which I view life. At the age of 10, my parents were separated. They would divorce 2 years later. This was the next major change in my life. I remember pretending to be asleep as my parents talked about ending their relationship. Because of the divorce, I became very close to both sets of my grandparents, which had a profound effect on my learning love, being loved, and feeling unconditional acceptance. This was the growth or gift that this change produced in my life. I would not be the person I am today, and I would not be writing this book if not for the power of change. My parents staying together may have exposed me to the tension and fighting that is produced when there's not love. We aren't always able to see that the change, as difficult as it was, may have spared me from other suffering that would have taken my life in different directions. What was the next traumatic change for you? Can you look back and feel the soil of change in your hands through the pain and suffering? Can you see the growth and transformation that it produced? How different would your life look had these changes not happened to you? Every change, without exception, leads you to growth, transformation, and becoming who you truly are. A poem for David. My precious son, Gammy's little stump, grown tall and splendid. From the quiet baby with the watchful eyes to the quiet man, still watching, looking deep for what is unseen. I have always loved you, and I love you still. Come and go. Families come and families go. Till death us do part, they say. But love never lets you settle. It's your heart that's leading the way. Lessons of empathy and a new worldview. At the age of 11, we were evicted from our apartment. To come home and find your belongings on the street was unimaginable. I remember laughing when I saw other families being evicted. And as I walked home from school that day and saw furniture on the street, I began to laugh again. But this time, as I got closer and realized it was our stuff, my friends began laughing at me. What a horrible feeling. Even at age 11, learning the meaning of empathy often comes at your own expense. We moved in with my grandparents for a few days, and then we moved from the inner city of Washington, D.C. to the suburbs of Prince George's County, Maryland. Quite a shock. Having grown up in an all African American community, I knew from day one that this change was sure to produce exponential growth. In our new community, we were now the minority. Our first day there, my three brothers and I were playing outside, and some of our new neighbors who were our age came out to say hello. They were Caucasian, and the first thing they asked us was if we were the Jackson Five. Oh, yes, growth would certainly be exponential. I don't think they had ever seen any African Americans in person, and because they had seen the Jackson Five on television, they must have thought that we were them. There was no malice in their hearts, and some of these kids went on to become our best friends. I had just moved away from everything I knew, my family, my friends, my school, and my sense of how I fit into the world. I might as well have moved to another country. It was the early 70s, so the races were more polarized than they are now. Remember, it was just 8 years earlier that the Civil Rights Act passed. My brothers and I were fortunate. We were surrounded by love, and we loved sports. Our home was within walking distance of the local Boys and Girls Club, and it became our second home. It allowed us to meet so many other kids and start friendships in our new community. I could share so many stories about my new life in my new community, most good, a few bad. But the key word is new. The change gave me a new view of the world, a new perspective on life, a new perspective on myself. My place in the world was expanding towards unlimitlessness. All this was because of a little eviction notice, a painful change in the life of a little boy that came to push me towards something I could have never conceived. I repeat, every change, without exception, leads you to growth, transformation, and becoming who you truly are. Expansion. To new heights you'll fly, New experiences you'll have, expansion, an unlimited flight path, connection. Everything and everyone is God. We are a blessing and we are blessed. My mind and body are conditioned to survive, which encourages separation. The God in us is always looking for connection and oneness. In that space, there is no fear, only peace. Bobby changed form. It's so challenging making choices in the face of devastating life changes. We only need to follow our heart, for this is the communication that our soul uses. Sometimes we are so traumatized that we can't be sure what our heart is saying. That's the moment that we need to go to a place of stillness and go inside ourselves, for the answer is always in you. Be patient with yourself and know that this manure, as bad as it smells, is what you need to grow. The mind will try to convince you that there must be another way. It says resist, resist. Its job is to help you survive, but you are eternal. There's no need to survive. Our job is to love everything and everyone, no matter how potent the manure. In this statement lies the freedom from all pain and suffering. It was 1982. I had just gotten married in June, and we were expecting our first child in June the following year. Around midnight on December 15th, I got a call from my father that my 24-year-old brother was shot and killed while trying to apprehend a criminal. He had become a police officer just a year earlier. Even as I write these words, almost 35 years later, it still doesn't seem real. But he was gone, and that reality could not be denied. We were 16 months apart, and I loved my brother dearly. He was a loving and caring son, brother, and friend. How can you be ready for such a moment? How can this happen? I had questions, and I got answers. I learned that I am not in control of the changes that are coming into my life, and that all we have is the present moment. I thank my brother for the gift of this lesson. I would rather he still be here, but considering where he went, I'm sure he thought that what I learned was more important. Time has given more clarity to the answers. I now know that he never died, he just changed into a different form. And this is true for all of us. I also know that this was just one of the incarnations his beautiful, glorious energy essence have filled. And finally, I know that by volunteering to come here, he also, upon his death, would remember who he really is. His beautiful spirit is with me every day, along with all the others that I have loved and lost. Unless he has volunteered to return, he is free of all the burdens of this mind and body in this place of duality, where we must feel separated. He is now one with all things in love, and I know I will see him again, maybe even in this dimension. Because of these moments of change, your life path is radically altered. You have no say as to whether change is going to come, but the choice you make once it arrives sets the next course of your journey to becoming who you want to be. If you are reading this book, the chances are that you too have lost someone that you loved. How were you affected? Can you look back and see how it changed your path? I repeat, every change, without exception, leads you to growth, transformation, and becoming who you truly are. I realized upon someone changing forms or the ending of a relationship that an aspect of you changes form, because every person you have a relationship with has a relationship with an aspect of you that they see and feel and recognize. But it's not the full you, it's the aspect that is relating to them. And that aspect, when that relationship ends or that person leaves and changes form, that aspect of you changes form. And that aspect of you that was active in the physical no longer exists and is transformed into an aspect of you that exists with the changing new form. And depending on how long your relationship has been before it ended or the person left, that's the depth of the aspect of you that has to change form. And it's really just your relationship with that aspect of them. And as it changes form, it grows into something unlimited, something bigger, something deeper, something more special, so that you can speak to that person from another place, and your connection is rooted in love and rooted in caring for each other. Don't hold on to me. I am change. Don't hold on to me. I'll come to you, then leave, and then come back again. Do not look for me and do not wait for me. I will come like a thief in the night when you least expect me. So don't hold on to me. I am love. Don't hold on to me. I come in on the gentle breeze of the morning, and I depart in the stillness of the night, only to return on the new breeze of the new morning. My fragrance is like night blooming jasmine. It will linger in your senses long after I have left. And just like the fragrance of night blooming jasmine, I cannot be held, but only experienced each time anew. I am life. Don't hold on to me. No one can own me, but everyone can live me. I am always present, but you cannot control me. I must run and play and present infinite possibilities for everyone to enjoy without limitations. If you hold on to me, you will impede my flow to you, and you will become stuck with a life that has become death. I am food, shelter, clothing, and money. Don't hold on to me. You cannot store me up for the future, for I will weigh upon your neck like an anchor. You cannot own me, for I belong to the earth from which I came, and like life, I too will become a burden to you if you attach yourself to me. You are a spirit, and therefore you truly have no need for me. But if you must have me, enjoy me for the moment, and then let me go. I am your partner. Don't hold on to me. Never fear, for I am always with you, whether I am in the physical or not. I am only able to be me, and I become more of me when I am with you. If you hold on to me, I will become less of me, and eventually I will disappear altogether. I am an eternal spirit. I need not hold on to anything. And so I release all that I hold in my hands and return to the magnificence that I knew and now know beyond the shadow of a doubt, and beyond all who would try and limit my unlimited, majestic being. I am free. I am a mist. I am a spirit, and you cannot hold on to me. In the field of your creator, on the playground above the stars, the home we always knew, the being we truly are. Once arrived at your reality, from there, no turning back. Everything you see is you. What could you possibly lack? Overwhelmed by the sensations of the feelings that can't be described, surpassing every problem that they tried to plant inside. You are the tree, you are the flower, each drop of water in each rain shower. What could you, great one, ever possibly need? As you are all things, you are even the breeze. Oh, this field that is true, I am running head first to the home of my origin, to the home of my birth. They tried to hide it from us, our heritage denied, but all it takes is one to point you to the other side, to point you to the truth, to nudge you along the way, to help you to remember what words cannot say, that what you've always been, we have always seen, a star in the galaxy, a precious light beam, exploding, exploding, and exploding again, sparkles and power and laughter, my friend. The wall that was built to hide this was miles and miles thick, but we have been tearing it down, and we're down to just one brick. A thinning curtain, that's all that's left. You may walk in now and see your treasure chest. So just stop for a moment and look at anything with your eyes. Before you know it, you will begin to realize that what you see with your eyes is speaking to you. You're in the world of your creator because what you are seeing is you. I always had a feeling, my own signature song, I heard it playing outside of me, but it was inside me all along. A different song than the one they were playing, a beautiful melody that kept on saying, There's so much more here than meets the eye. The true me exists somewhere deep inside. It does for everyone, the illusion so strong, but the truth of it all has been inside you all along. Felt as a child, a young adult, then a man, all humankind is remembering that what they felt was so, so grand. The contradiction felt on the outside to convince you that the truth was wrong, but who you are and what you know has been inside you all along. Now you will celebrate the freedom that was always yours. No doubt, no fear, no worry. For what I'm saying, you can be sure that the beauty of your melody and the beauty of your song was never ever outside you. It was inside you all along. Now you can go and play with the gifts you brought with you and deliver them to humanity as only you can do. It doesn't require trying, and no convincing is allowed. What's in you is so magnificent, it's simply delivered with a smile. So the conflict that you felt that had been there for oh so long, there will now be no more suffering. The answer's inside you all along, behind your eyes. Yes, there you are. I know that's where you truly live, and I know that you're a star. This life cannot be explained. Just the complexity of the human body and its technology, its magic, and the magnificence that it possesses would take 1,000 lifetimes to begin to understand. And then there's the function of the brain and the spirit that inhabits this complex software and hardware. The spirit is the animator of all activity. It is the force that brings everything to life. It is the eternal life force that was never born and can never die. It inhabits all forms of life as it chooses, bursting in and bursting out. As the music plays its way into your field, you are bursting in and bursting out. All life is flowing and moving in the dance of bursting in and bursting out. Sometimes unsure as to which is happening, but it matters not, for there's always beautiful movement, like the fingers moving along the piano keys, or the flowing hands of a violinist, the guitarist, the powerful hands of a drummer, and the powerful yet gentle hands of the harpist. All beautiful movement bursting out and bursting in from the amazing species that we call human. There is nothing to compare to this magnificence. It is indescribable with words, even as the singer opens their mouth with an inhale to begin their flow of movement. They are bursting in and bursting out. And in all these moments, there's a feeling at the core of all existence that connects you with the birth of everything, the birth of a child, the birth of a galaxy, the birth of a universe. It is the beginning of life that never ends, and it resides inside us all and is experienced 1,000 times a day, bursting in and bursting out. And we are everywhere, and we are everything, and we are everyone. And there is only life bursting out and bursting in. a new creation seen in the faces of all life over and over and over again. And as the hands once again flow across the keys, a new world is created and life rushes in to experience this new world, and then it moves on to another delivery from the flow. For we are bursting out and bursting in. And finally, this is for Eloise and everyone. I am a spirit. I am a spirit. I am much more than this body or form. I am a spirit. I am a spirit. And my essence can quiet the storm. I am beyond all things. I am greater than all things. I am God. I am beyond all things. I am greater than all things. I am God. You are a spirit. You are a spirit. And you hover over all that you see. You are a spirit. You are a spirit. Because you are the same as me. You are beyond all things. You are greater than all things. You are God. And now you know you are beyond all things. You are greater than all things. You are God. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da da da. Da da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da da da. Da da. I am a spirit. You are a spirit. And we are free. I am a spirit. You are a spirit. And we are free. Thank you, everyone. And with every change, we celebrate. And in every moment, we celebrate. And I raise my glass and say cheers. And wish each of you a perfect life, perfect health, and a magic future in the new world. Thank you.